What's going on, guys? Green Tree Frog here. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most discussed, one of the hottest topics in the MUT community, and that is how do you make coin in Ultimate Team Madden 17. It's not an easy question to answer. I know a lot of people are struggling with it. I see it on Twitter all the time. I see it in the Twitch chat all the time. How can I make coin in this year's game? And I'm going to share one of my tips with you guys today that I'm using and I'm having a lot of success with, and that's just working the auction house. First thing I want to talk about, though, before we dive into that is understanding the hero sets, okay? Because this is very important. You have to be familiar with the hero sets. You need to just take a look at them, understand what players are, how they work, what players are good, which ones aren't so good. The set itself requires 5 gold players from any team, 10 silver, I believe, and 10 bronze. Yeah. So there's the 25 total cards you need for each set, and that's what you're going to see here in this video is that we're going to be manipulating the market based on people trying to complete these sets. So understand how those sets work is very important. The other things you're going to need in order for this strategy to help you and to have success, you're going to need at least 30 to 50K of a base, at least 30K. The best way to get that 30K out the gate is to do one of the gauntlets. Try to do the ultimate season solos. Just grind it out. You're also going to need time, guys. This is a little bit time consuming. I would recommend sitting down, put your headphones in when you do this, just jam out, focus on what you're doing. Maybe allot yourself a half hour, an hour at a time, and you're gonna really just get into it, dig into it. You're also going to need a little bit of binder space, not too much, but you need to make sure you don't run out of binder space in the middle of this. That's the last thing you want. You don't need a ton of room, but just make sure you have room to grab cards off the auction house. That's really it. That's all you really need to do this. Now, the technique, as you're kind of going to start seeing here in the video, what I'm doing is I'm getting these silver players, and you can do this with bronze players as well. Again, you have to understand which teams are rare for bronze cards, and then which team, is it rare to have a silver card. For example, I know the Jaguars bronze cards sell for over 2,000 coins very often. I know the Seahawks gold cards sell for 6,000 to 7,000 coins all the time. Silver Cardinals will sell for 4,000 to 5,000. It doesn't matter what the card is. It doesn't matter what their overall is. They will sell for that value because their sets are so good. The David Johnson is so good that people will pay anything for those Silver Cardinals to complete that set. It's the only way you can get that card, and it's one of the best running backs in the game right now. So you have to understand why it's happening, okay? So we'll get into the technique a little bit here. Now, as you see on screen, I'm going back and forth between, I've got my filter set to buy now price, all players, so you want to make sure none of the coaches or the stadiums are in there. You want that all out. So it's buy now price, all players, silver. You can do bronze. I think I've been having a lot of success with silver. I recommend going silver. And then just switch on that last team filter. Jump from team to team to team and do it as quickly as you can. Speed is definitely helpful in this operation. Jump from team to team to team, and you're just looking for underpriced cards. You'll find them. Sometimes you'll find a bunch of them right in a row. Sometimes you'll go 5 minutes without finding one, and it gets a little frustrating, but they are there. It's quantity over quality here, and that's very important to remember. It's not about hitting those huge picks over and over again. You really just want to focus on getting small victories. If you can pick up a card for 1,000 and sell it for 1,600, you are making coin. If you can pick up a card for 800 and sell it for 1,300, you are making coin. Remember, there is a 10% tax, okay? So that's the only thing you really need to be concerned about when you're doing this. I'll do a quick math example here to understand how the tax is going to affect you and how it should change which cards you want to buy and sell, because buying and selling the most expensive cards is not necessarily the way to do it. You can make more coin by selling some of these mid-level silvers where they're selling for 1,000 to 17 to 1,800. You can make just as much coin, if not more, on those guys rather than trying to sell the Cardinals and the Rams that go for 3,000 or 4,000. Let's say you buy a card for 600 coins, okay? You then sell it for 1,200. So in theory, it was a 600 coin difference. Now they're going to tax 10% of that 1200, okay? So they're going to take 120 coins. You can just move the decimal over one place. It's an easy way to do the math, right? So they're going to take 120 coins out of that 1200, leaving us with 1080. So we're going to have made 480 coin profit on that one flip. Now, if we were to buy a card, say it was a Ram this time, somebody a little more expensive, and he's going for 3,400 coins. We buy that card for 3,400. We then try to flip him for a 600 coins, right? Say the next Ram up is about 4,000. We're trying to sell him for 4,000 coins. But here, when they take that 10% tax, it's going to be 400 coins. So you're only going to get 3,600 back, meaning you're only going to make a 200 coin profit, which is less than half as much as you would have made on the 600 to the 1200. This is very important to understand, guys. This is like the key to understanding this, is that you don't need huge margins. You need a lot of small margins, and you need to make sure that when you're selling these cards, the 10% that they're taking away isn't hurting your profit too much. If it's making it so you're hardly profiting, you don't even want to waste your auction slot. You only have 20 auction slots available at any given time. You don't want to waste an auction slot on a card that's only going to make you 50 to 100 coin. I would say you want to go at least 200, maybe 250 minimum before you want to start making those flips. You got to be quick. You got to act fast. As you guys have seen, there have been several situations already where I've seen a great pick, a great snipe. I went to grab it, and the auctions ended. And this is heartbreaking, guys. You're gonna lose sleep. You're gonna cry. You're gonna have nightmares about this. If you're having a hard time winning any of the auctions, I suggest coming back to the auction house at a later time, maybe later in the day, maybe early in the morning when there's a little bit less traffic. It's much easier to win snipes when there's not as much traffic. The only thing is that when there's less traffic, the cards also sell a little bit lower. But again, that doesn't necessarily matter, as I showed with the math example. As long as you're still getting that undercut, it doesn't really matter how much you're selling the card for. What you'll notice is that your coins are going to go down initially, right? Of course, you're going to lose. It looks like you're going to be down up to 20, maybe 30K. That's why I said you need that base to start out with. Because if some of your guys are sitting in the auction house for a little while, they don't sell instantly, it might take a minute. And you don't always want to sell your guy the absolute lowest. You don't need your pick to be the next card to sell. You want to look over maybe 3 or 4 cards. I always look over to the last card to the right, and I see, what is that card going for? Right when I buy a pick, I look over to the very top right card and I say, what is that card going for? Because there's a good chance that that card is going to sell within the next 15 minutes or so. So even if I say that card all the way to the right is 400, 500 more coins than the next one over, and then that card, coin is 100 or 200 more expensive than the next one over to the left, you don't want to miss out on that extra 500, 600 coin profit that you could have made just by waiting an extra couple of seconds. Because those bottom cards are going to go quick. People are doing these sets quick, especially, like I said, prime time, weekends, evenings. People are picking these guys up. I'm telling you, they are moving. It is like the New York Stock Exchange in here, man. People are buying and selling like crazy. So keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on the trends. Get as many picks as you can. Be quick, guys. Be fast. Don't second guess it. If you see one, you think it's a good price, click buy now and buy it. If you think about it, if you have to take a time to sit there and crunch the math out, you're going to miss the auction. Even if it's not that good of a deal, someone's just going to buy it for the sake of doing the set. So you're going to miss out on it. Make sure you're quick. Make sure you're decisive. Get a feel for when you're going to make profit. Understand how much profit you're going to be making on these cards. Guys, I tried to explain this the best I can. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, please hit me on Twitter. Hit me in the comments section, wherever you. I'd love to explain this to you guys. I just don't know exactly what people need to hear to understand it. But this is it. Back and forth, making small profits over and over and over and over again. make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. We've got more auction house tips coming up soon. I also think I'm going to do a budget defense video. I've got some things in the works. Also, feel free to comment with video suggestions. I'm all ears. I'm open to help you guys out. So let me know. Thanks again, everyone. Till next time. Peace.